Imagine yourself as a bright light, a beacon illuminating the path for many. But this light, which attracts so many people, can also make you a target. In our relationships, not everyone approaches with pure intentions. Today, let's explore 8 signs that indicate when someone might be using you. Learning to identify these signs will not only protect your energy, but also help you better understand the motivations of those around you. Armed with this knowledge, you can decide who deserves to be in your inner circle, be it in personal, professional, or spiritual relationships. If you've ever felt inexplicable exhaustion, doubts about your own intuition, or struggled to maintain boundaries, this video will guide you in reclaiming your energy and safeguarding your gifts. Recognizing these signs will empower you to protect your energy and focus on your spiritual mission. 1. They only come to you when they need something. Let's start with a classic sign. Those people who only show up when they need something. Does that sound familiar? Think of someone who reaches out only when they need a favor. This behavior is as old as time, but for those with spiritual gifts and acute empathy, it can be especially draining. Imagine receiving a warm and friendly message from someone you haven't heard from in weeks or months. As you read the message, you realize that behind the friendly words lies a request for a favor. Have you experienced this? It's as if they only remember you when there's something to gain. This can drain your vital energy and divert your focus from your spiritual path. Your light and gifts attract these people in times of crisis. They sense your power, wisdom, and connection to something greater, seeing you as a source of support. But when this relationship becomes one-sided, where they only take without giving anything in return, it depletes not just your time and resources, but also your spiritual essence. 2. They belittle your achievements. Now, let's discuss those who minimize your achievements. Imagine you've just had a significant spiritual breakthrough or helped someone profoundly with your gifts. Excited, you share this news with someone close, but instead of joy, you encounter indifference or even disdain. They might quickly change the subject or say something like anyone could do that if they tried. For the chosen ones, this attitude is a painful blow. Your achievements are not just personal victories, they are milestones on your spiritual path. When someone consistently downplays these achievements, it's not just disappointing, it's an attempt to dim your light. Often, this happens because the other person feels threatened by your growth or can't grasp the depth of your spiritual experiences. Recognizing this sign is crucial for your growth and self-esteem. When your achievements are constantly minimized, it can lead to self-doubt, making you question the authenticity of your experiences or the significance of your gifts. This kind of doubt can hinder your spiritual progress and slow your growth. Remember, your gifts and achievements are unique and worthy of celebration. Don't let others extinguish your light or diminish your victories. Each step forward reflects your inner strength and connection to a greater purpose. 3. Energy exhaustion without reciprocity. Now, let's talk about those relationships that drain your energy without offering anything in return. In healthy relationships, there's a balance. Sometimes you give, sometimes you receive. But with certain people, you may notice a constant draining of your energy without reciprocity. Imagine always feeling exhausted after interacting with someone, either physically with fatigue or headaches, or emotionally with feelings of oppression or anxiety. These individuals are often referred to as energy vampires. They feed off your vitality, leaving you depleted. For the chosen ones, this dynamic is especially dangerous because you have a natural inclination to help and heal. Your spiritual gifts can make you more vulnerable to this type of energy exhaustion. Often, you might be unconsciously shielding others from negative energies or carrying their emotional burden without realizing the impact on yourself. Recognizing this sign requires a high level of self-awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after being with certain people. If you always feel drained, it may indicate an energy imbalance. Protect your energy by setting clear boundaries and practicing grounding and protection techniques. Remember, protecting your energy isn't selfish. It's a necessity to fulfill your higher purpose. 4. They try to manipulate your gifts. Now, let's explore a particularly concerning behavior: the manipulation of your spiritual gifts. Imagine someone in your life who, upon discovering your intuitive or healing abilities, suddenly shows great interest. However, this interest isn't about your growth or well-being, but about what your gifts can provide for them. Think of a person who constantly asks you to use your abilities to solve their problems or predict their future. They might even try to make you feel guilty if you don't meet their demands. This manipulation can be subtle, like a sense of guilt for not helping, or more explicit, such as direct pressure to use your gifts for their benefit. For the chosen ones, this manipulation is extremely harmful. Your gifts are not party tricks or tools for others' comfort. They are sacred abilities meant to be used according to their higher purpose. When someone tries to manipulate these gifts, it shows disrespect not only for you, but also for your spiritual path. Recognizing this sign involves clarity about your own boundaries and the true purpose of your abilities. If there are people in your life who seem to value your gifts more than they value you as a person, or if you feel pressured to use your abilities in ways that make you uncomfortable, this is a red flag. Learning to protect your gifts from manipulation is crucial for your spiritual growth and authentic expression of your purpose. Finally, let's talk about inconsistency in support. This behavior can be especially painful. Imagine having people in your life who fluctuate between being your biggest supporters and your harshest critics. When everything is going well, or when they need something from you, they shower you with praise and encouragement. But when you need support, they disappear or become distant. For the chosen ones, this inconsistency can be devastating. Your path often involves periods of intense growth, spiritual challenges, and times when you truly need a reliable support network. Having friends and acquaintances who are unpredictable in their support can create an emotional roller coaster, making you feel undervalued and uncertain about your own worth. This inconsistency often occurs because these people are more interested in what you can offer than genuinely supporting your journey. When your shine is beneficial to them, they are willing to bask in it. But when you face dark times, or your help doesn't serve their interests, they vanish. Pay attention to timing patterns. Are there people in your life whose presence and support fluctuate according to their needs? Feeling like you can't consistently rely on certain people, especially in tough times, is a sign that they may be using you. 6. They appropriate your ideas or work. Let's address a behavior that is particularly frustrating: the appropriation of your ideas or work. Imagine you've had a profound spiritual insight or created something truly unique, inspired by your connection to something greater. You share this idea with someone, only to later discover that they have presented it as their own. This type of behavior is a double blow for the chosen ones. First, because your ideas and creations often come from a deep spiritual connection and are reflections of your higher purpose. Second, because when someone appropriates them, they are not just stealing your credit, but also a part of your spiritual path. Recognizing this sign requires a strong perception of the value of your own work and the willingness to defend it. If you notice that someone consistently repackages your ideas as their own or uses your intuitive guidance without acknowledgement, this is a clear sign that this person may be taking advantage of you. Protecting your ideas and creations is essential. It's not about selfishness, but about respecting the sacred flow of inspiration you receive. Establish clear boundaries and don't hesitate to assert ownership over your work. Remember that your creations are part of your spiritual mission and deserve to be protected and respected. 7. They try to diminish your shine. One of the most fundamental and painful signs is when someone tries to diminish your shine. Imagine that as you grow and strengthen spiritually, some people around you start feeling uncomfortable with your evolution. They may make disparaging comments about your spiritual practices, roll their eyes at your insights, or even try to dissuade you from following your calling. This behavior is particularly dangerous for the chosen ones. Your light and spiritual gifts are not just parts of who you are, but the essence of your being and your purpose. Any attempt to dim that light is a direct threat to your spiritual growth. Recognizing this sign requires deep trust in your own path and purpose. Are there people in your life who seem to resist your growth? Do you feel the need to downplay your spirituality or gifts around certain people? These are signs that someone may be trying to diminish your shine. Protecting your light is a sacred duty. Don't allow anyone to extinguish your shine or make you doubt your significance. Strengthen your boundaries, stay true to your spirit, and continue to light the way, both for yourself and for those who need your inspiration and guidance. 8. They make you feel guilty. Finally, let's talk about guilt manipulation. Many people who use others often resort to guilt to get what they want. It can be a veiled accusation or a constant reminder of your responsibilities towards them. Guilt manipulation is a powerful tool for control. Imagine hearing phrases like, "You owe me this," or "After all I've done for you," invoking a constant sense of debt and obligation. This type of manipulation can be extremely subtle, but its goal is always the same: to make you feel guilty for not meeting their expectations or demands. For the chosen ones, guilt manipulation can be devastating. It drains your energy, makes you doubt your decisions, and undermines your self-confidence. This leads to emotional and spiritual exhaustion, making it difficult to focus on your mission and personal goals. To resist this type of manipulation, it's crucial to learn to recognize the signs and understand its impact. The first step is to become aware that you have the right to your own decisions and boundaries. You are not obligated to meet others' expectations, especially if it contradicts your own needs and values. If you notice someone trying to manipulate you through guilt, calmly and firmly establish your boundaries. There's no need to justify or explain your actions. A simple no or "I can't do," that is enough. Maintain a healthy internal dialogue, reaffirming your choices and confidence in yourself. Remember that your needs and feelings are valid. and no one should make you feel guilty for putting your interests first.